Ama is in my family. My father took this opportunity with other three partners to bought the estate in the early 70s. And at that time, you know, the Chianti region was very abandoned and very poor, and especially the vineyards were very abandoned. And the passion of the three, you know, partners of my father was essentially to give back life to this place. So we had the possibility to invest the money that they have earned in another business, I would say. But the idea was also to get back to the great tradition of the Chianti, made with simply with the grape grown in the region. Because in the past, many Chianti were made with grape coming from the south of Italy. That's true. I'm talking about the 60s and the 70s. The market was going lower for the quality, and it was a pity. But then we had studied this place where we fall in love, and the potential of this region, the history of this region was fantastic. The vineyards of Ama, just to give you an idea, Ama is in a hill and is surrounded by vineyards. So we are in like an amphitheater of vineyards. And this beautiful old village that belong, there are some Etruscan roots, but that belong to the great moment, I would say, belong to the 18th century. We have the report of the Grand Duke Pietro Leopoldo di Toscana that came at Ama and write about Ama. Ama and Prolio were already very famous, and they export the great wine from Chianti in that time. So these were the tradition that where we got the inspiration, but looking for the reality, we have to work a lot. So my husband, that lately became my husband, but was hired as winemaker, and he took the opportunity to really go to Bordeaux and study at the University of Bordeaux to learn how winemaking means today. And we had the chance to introduce, I would say, all a new technology, but especially a new viticulture for the region. So we introduced the Lyra system. That was a very important step to increase the quality in the vineyard. We introduced new varieties. We were the first one to introduce varieties like Chardonnay, Merlot, Pinot Noir, but especially because we understood since the beginning that the Sangiovese could achieve a perfect ripening only in the very best exposition. The altitude of our vineyards, 450 meters average, doesn't allow the Sangiovese to get maturity, ripening perfect if you have not a perfect exposition. So we have to change, you know, the map. We say always, in 5 years, we saw grafting 50,000 vines. Consider that at the time, the vineyards were normally 2,500, 2,800 vines. These were the old system. So we are talking about reprographing 20 hectares. Marco also, he took the chance to really respect and look for a knowledge in the vineyards. So he started to make a library of all the property. He shared the parcel, he shared all the property, and understand with the, of course, analysis of the soil, but also to follow the ripening in each vintage to see really the potential, where we can go. But really this was the beginning of our, let's say, story. When I arrived at Ama, I was 23 years old, and for me this was the most beautiful place in the world. And I chose this place because I love that particular soul. And I must say that after 30 years, I still am in love with that soul that I feel that is a great privilege to share with the guests when they come to visit. And you are all welcome to visit. But at the same time, in 1988, for me, the picture of the winery was not enough. We had to make a further step. At that time, we produced around 500,000 bottles, and the surface that we cultivated was about less than 60 hectares. Just to give you a few numbers to keep the idea, 5 years later our production was half, and we have already bought other 20 hectares. So the idea was that to make great wines you have to make low yields if you work in a very special terroir. How we could do this? Of course, Marco was there, he had a great experience, but I told him, you make the wine very, very good, very correctly, but you don't take risk. Now it's time that we look what we want to do as adults. We have done the study, we have really worked seriously, but now where we want to go. And where to go, it's very in the respect of the fantastic vineyard we have. So the idea that today we are proud to say, after 20 years or 15 years, because my personal experience started in 1988, I guess that we have very loyal to what we thought since the beginning, to respect those vineyards, but to also put an emphasis on the great terroir that we had the chance to work. The wine we have tonight is the full range of Ama. The only one wine we're missing, unfortunately, the Rosato, that will arrive soon in the market, but it's always late because we make Rosato as a Saignée from the Sangiovese, and normally it's a very fresh, crispy wine that has a big success and disappears in a few months. So the rest is all Ama. And I'm proud to say this because I guess that here you have a perfect portrait of this estate. Some beautiful estate, but they like to, to run in different competition. They have the first row, and then they have other wines on the back. So Ama, it's all about this. We have these magnificent vineyards, and we cultivate them with the maximum respect, to put the great quality but also the authentic taste in the wines. I guess that the introduction is enough. Enjoy the wine, taste the wine, and then, as we said, we are happy to get all your questions and to go.